Well, cultural intelligence is the ability to recognize and adjust to different cultures. Newfoundland is pretty mainstream in our own Newfoundland culture, and the ANC felt that there was a need to educate amongst the province. We're seeing a lot of immigrants that have come into the province in the last couple of years, and that number is increasing. But it seems that a lot of Newfoundlanders don't really understand why we're getting these new Canadians and the value that they bring with them. So it was about spreading information and to share education and valuable knowledge. We've traveled right across the province. We started in Stephenville and we worked our way back. We actually reached 44 different communities across the province. We've reached 79 different businesses. It has been quite the experience.
Diversity may not work just by itself. We need to be inclusive. We need to bring inclusion is the piece, very effective piece. Why? Because inclusion is not just a word, it's an action. It's proactivity, it's acting on all those principles and ethics that diversity brings with the unity. As our province is rapidly growing with immigration population and diverse cultural background, so as the cultural intelligence that we all bring together. But the only tricky part is when the cultural communication happens, sometimes we often pay attention what we are witnessing or seeing or hearing, but there is an invisibility when it comes to culture and cultural differences. Often we use cultural map to understand others' cultures, but right now we both may come from similar principle, ethics, and as people say, common sense, but are they really the same if we are all coming from different cultural environment or even the communication style? So that hidden piece, the invisibility, as they say, culture is an invisible backpack. We often don't see it, and majority part of it in our presentation we explained quite well with using many metaphor and examples and anecdotes, how culture is an iceberg. What we see is the tip of it. The majority of it is underneath. Hence, sometimes confusion can happen, hence conflict. And cultural intelligence is the piece that helps us to understand those hidden or invisibility part of it, and that gives that confidence. Wow, that's what happened in terms of I did not understand maybe, or I jumped in a conclusion too quickly. So I think cultural intelligence prepares us for all those skills we all bring within the cultural framework.
Watching individuals learn, and when that light bulb goes off, when they realize that Newfoundland does need immigrants. Immigrants do bring great value. Our future depends on immigrants. When that light bulb goes off and they actually see that value, I feel like we've done a great job.
I have seen that how our different parts of this province, they were as if waiting for something like this kind of training should be provided, as if they were like, if I can even use the word, some of the businesses, every topics, every modules, every discussion that we hit the notes with, as if they were craving for such topic to discuss, even to bring it to the table where they can go and find out. Or I would say this training kind of gave both ways that learning platform, how much they could learn or how much we as Public Education Division can bring. And it's a win-win.
Those that have completed this training, they've enjoyed it so much and they've taken such value from it that they want more training. This is our overall goal, is continuous education, continuous learning, and just getting that information out there.
So yeah, anybody or any professional development training, teachers training, K-12, post-secondary, businesses in the community, non-profit, we can provide this training to everybody. And if you go through our website, all the informations are there, the links are there, and they can always communicate or contact us through the website.
If you've got a subject that's on your mind, we can actually develop a program around that for you. So sky's the limit when it comes to training with us.
So I think that any training within diversity in general, whether it's ICT or whether it's just diversity, equity, inclusion, is crucial. And it's crucial in creating environments that are equitable. And so we want people to come here no matter what their situation is in life. We want them to be able to come here and have the resources that they need. And we've seen an uptick, I think, in employers being interested in this topic and really kind of looking at the big picture of how this can benefit them. And so in Corner Brook, this has been happening as well. And so I think that any step towards making, environments more inclusive, more diverse, more equitable is important overall for the entire community, and creating, that culture where people want to come here and live here and stay here.
I think it's an important topic across the country. As kind as Newfoundlanders are, it never hurts to have a refresher on how to be more accepting and more inclusive of new cultures, especially in rural Newfoundland, where a lot of new cultures are a bit of a shock to many locals.
Both Newfoundlanders and newcomers are pretty open to sharing aspects of their culture. So in that way, I feel like it's easy because everyone wants to share food, everyone wants to show off their local lighthouse or something, right? So in that way, it's been good.
When we're thinking about things like retention of newcomers, I think sometimes it's easy to kind of feel othered and feel like people assume that if you're a newcomer, you're not going to be here for very long. So it can maybe lead to kind of a vicious cycle. So I think a lot of people do need to just be exposed to some of these ideas of unconscious bias and microaggressions and things like that.
Our community has definitely come a long way in embracing newcomers and diversity, but I do feel that a lot of employers would benefit from cultural intelligence training just to ensure that that cultural barrier is not there, because there definitely is a cultural barrier and a communication barrier. So I think the intelligence training is really important to help break down that barrier.
The one thing that sticks out to me, and I know some of our new family, our new Canadians, is it's diversity. We're all different. We're different in a lot of ways, but yet we're very similar. The training was excellent, very well organized, and it was excellent.
Yeah, I think so, because I believe some of the organizations, they are not taking account that diversity and culture, so they should have that training. And the trainer was very good.
Well, Newfoundland only has good weather for a select few weeks of the year, and unfortunately our road trip took place during these few weeks, so trying to fill seats was a big challenge. But our communications team, as well as our satellite offices, pulled off some exceptional teamwork, and we were able to market and get the information out there and make this project a great success.